More than 500 people had died during the floods which had occurred on 26 July 2005 in Mumbai. Flooding has always been a threat to Mumbai and many other coastal cities around the world. Mumbai was struck with the second major flood in 2017 August, bringing the whole city to a standstill, and it is very likely that similar instances will occur in future as well, as the existing drainage system becomes incapable of draining away the storm water when it rains heavily. To avoid the problem of flooding in future, it is important to implement an effective drainage solution, commensurate to the growing population and extrapolated rainfall data. The existing drainage system works on the mercy of gravity, wherein the water follows the natural slope of the land and enters the drainage system through open drains, closed drains, outfalls, or water entrances. Some of these were constructed more than 100 years ago. The problem with this traditional drainage system is that most of the drainage lines are underground, which makes their upgradation to the current needs very difficult, as area under the ground is limited and is shared with several other utility lines. A great solution for this problem would be to not depend entirely on gravity for draining away the storm water, but to move the flow of water against the gravity. For understanding this, consider a section of a street with vehicles moving in opposite directions and divided by a divider in the middle of the street. The footpath has closed drain system with covered opening for the entry of storm water. Under normal circumstances, when it starts raining, water enters the underground drainage system through the drainage openings. The existing drainage system is already insufficient to withstand heavy rainfall, and further complexity is added by the collection of plastic waste into the drains, which clogs the drainage lines. Soon, the water starts overflowing out of the drain lines and the water level keeps on increasing as the pouring continues. This results in flooding, which causes tons of problems, like damage to roads and infrastructure, damage to the foundations of the buildings, resulting in the danger of collapse. Moreover, the flood water gets polluted with the wastes and sewage, which causes many waterborne diseases to people traveling through such flooded streets. What if we find one solution for all the problems? Consider the same street section. The area occupied by the divider practically lies unused, and this area can be used for lifting the water from the streets and carrying it away to the desired locations, preventing the streets from flooding. Basically, this would be an above-the-ground drainage system or the ATG drainage system. This drainage system would use water suction pumps, fixed at strategic locations, having outlets inside the drainage line, traveling parallel above the divider. As soon as the underground drain becomes full and water starts accumulating on the street, the pump sensors would detect the water level and activate the pump, facilitating the transmission of water from the streets to the drainage line. Depending on the past flood data, pumps of different capacities like sucking capacity of 1,000 liters per minute, 2,000 liters per minute, 5,000 liters per minute, etc., can be installed at different locations. For example, more number of pumps with higher capacities can be installed in the low-lying areas where flooding is most severe. Since the pumps would become active as soon as the water starts accumulating on the street, flooding would never occur. A similar technique can be implemented along the structures present on the footpath, or in private properties, or in the slums, from where water can be lifted and diverted into the central drainage system, which would then dispose the water at desired locations like natural water bodies such as sea or at artificially constructed storage facilities. The ATG drainage system would be called as flood savior, as it will help in the prevention of floods altogether. The pump installation would be a little costly affair, but that would be compensated by the savings on the excavation cost of the roads and the cost of resurfacing them, as these works would no longer required to be done. Also, maintenance of this system would be much easier, as it would not require the digging of roads, which often requires permissions from a dozen of agencies, and hampers the normal traffic flow. Any maintenance issues with the ATG drainage system can be addressed immediately without much problems. Moreover, there won't be a danger of the ATG drainage line clogging, as the mouth of the pump would have a filter, and as soon as the solid wastes gets collected in front of the filter and blocks the entry of water, a wiper would slide away the waste, which can be later collected and disposed by the street cleaners. Or, in the next phase, a technology for the automated waste collection can also be implemented. This can be easily done with the use of Internet of Things or the IoT. Since the streets won't be flooded, the foundations of the buildings will not be affected. Moreover, spreading of infections and waterborne diseases will be prevented, as Mumbai's population will not have to walk through the waist-deep waters during the monsoon. It is important that any new infrastructure facility should preserve the natural beauty of the city, and in fact, add more to its beauty aspect. The RICS drainage system can be made to look beautiful by growing greenery on its surface, making the city of Mumbai look green. While the RICS drainage system will continue the prevention of floods in Mumbai, the existing underground drainage system can be repaired and upgraded in the meantime, with the convenience of time and budget. This would help in significantly increasing the drainage capacity of Mumbai. Mumbai will be able to withstand the heaviest of the rains, and any issues arising because of climate change will not affect it in future. Also, there won't be a burden on the rivers flowing through the city, which have been thinning because of the waste dumped from the slums developing across their banks. The RICS drainage system can be implemented universally in any of the cities around the world where flooding is common, with modifications according to the existing drainage condition and flood data of the concerned city. Thank you for watching this video. We sincerely hope that Mumbai would become a flood-free city forever.